Hey guys, welcome back to another video on F1 Hub, and in today's video we're going to review the 2024 McLaren's season so far, where they're currently second in the Constructors' Championship and Lando Norris is second and Oscar Piastri is fourth in the Drivers' Championship respectively. If you're new to this channel, please remember to like and subscribe. If you want to keep up with following videos on this channel, it'll be a real help for me, so please do that, thank you. So anyway, let's just go straight into McLaren's season, and it didn't really kick off that well in Bahrain. They kind of started the year with pretty much the fourth fastest car. They were there with Mercedes in Bahrain, but Mercedes were quicker, and in those opening races it was a dice between McLaren and Mercedes for who would basically pick up the scraps. Things got better in Australia, where they took the first podium, and in second place in China, and then obviously that breakthrough win in Miami. McLaren have went from a team that was probably looking best placed to capitalise on a podium finish on their good day, to now a team that can pretty much win the Constructors' Championship. So let's start with their drivers, and it's sort of been a year where Norris has been the faster driver and has made the mistakes, whilst Oscar Piastri hasn't been quite as fast, but he hasn't made mistakes. In fact, I don't think he's made a single mistake this year, though I could be wrong. I mean, he did impede Kevin Magnussen in Imola in Q1, but I'm pretty sure that was his team's fault. That's very familiar to the Ferrari's driver lineup of Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. One's very fast and the other one's just very consistent. You could say that for the same this year for the Mercedes duo too. Lando Norris has too many times has made mistakes on the opening lap of every single sprint or Grand Prix. For example, in China he took a wonderful pole after an amazing wet qualifying in the sprint and took pole, but bottled the lead there. The same thing happened at Spain when he took a shock pole position and bottled the lead there too, to Max Verstappen and George Russell, who went past in the opening corner. And he did a very good job in the race to close back in, but couldn't quite do it. The same thing at the Hungarian Grand Prix, where he lost the lead to his teammate in the opening corner, and in the end he ultimately finished P2 because he had to give the place back. On the other hand, of the garage, Oscar Piastri's done a pretty good season so far, but he didn't start the season that well. In Bahrain he was off the pace, finishing in P8, and in Saudi Arabia he did well to finish 4th, and in Australia he was consistent too. Things went wrong really in Japan when he had to put up with, I think, what was a P8 finish, and things didn't get better in China either, also with a P8 finish. But since Miami, Oscar Piastri's been consistently in that top 5 with a good run, including the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, obviously Miami, Monaco, Canada. Spain was an off weekend, but then in Austria, Silverstone, Hungary and the Belgian Grand Prix, he's always been fighting for the winner on the podium. So that's a good job for Oscar Piastri. But let's just look at the team and how they've changed. The team's operational errors has been a very consistent theme so far in Formula 1 in 2024. The most apparent ones were at the British Grand Prix, where an easy 1-2 turned into a 3rd and a 5th place finish by the end. That was a disaster for McLaren, and it's certainly not how you're going to win the Constructors. However, they probably will have the Constructors thanks to Sergio Perez being off form all the time. This will help Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, who aren't the most consistent drivers themselves, take what is probably the fastest car on the grid to the top. So yeah, let's just remember McLaren at the start of the year. They weren't that quick, and they've made all those points back. McLaren are under threat, however, from Mercedes too, who are also looking quicker as the races go on. So McLaren have done very well, and every time they bring an upgrade this year, it makes their car faster. The same can be said for Red Bull, which I've already covered in my other review you should check out now. But before we finish this video, let's just answer this question. Can McLaren turn this season around? Yes, they've won 2 Grand Prix, but every time they have, it's required fortune or controversy. For example, at the Miami Grand Prix, you needed a safety car for Norris to win. Plus, then if you think of Hungary, they had an easy 1-2 too. But the problem is that obviously, they get Norris pitting first before Piastri. And it's these operational errors that are making question marks over McLaren's 2024 season. And that is something that needs to be sorted out before the end. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Remember to check out my Red Bull mid-season review, and I'll be reviewing all of the teams. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.